Hello guys, I hope you're well. So today we're going through infusion rates, and this is a question taken from Chemist and Druggist. Shout out to them. I think you can access it free online, that's how I accessed it. And they have some good questions there to practice. Now, infusion rates questions generally give you a big table split into around 2 or 3 columns, and the infusion rate questions generally, they will give you a big table. So an important point to understand is that they could ask for the total infusion duration, or they can ask you to calculate the infusion rate. So here they've asked you to calculate the flow rate, or infusion rate is another important point. So they've said that a 10-year-old boy weighs 23 kilograms, is due to receiving salbutamol in infusion at a rate of 2 micrograms per kilogram per minute. So this is where it's very important to begin to highlight some stuff. Let's give it a bit better color. In glucose 5% WV, the infusion is made by adding 10 milliliters of salbutamol ampules to 5 milligrams out of 5 mils to 40 mils of glucose 5% WV. What flow rate in milliliters per hour would you set the infusion to deliver the prescribed dose? Give your answer to one decimal place. So first and foremost, they've given you the mass. So you do 23 kilograms times by 2, which will give you 46 micrograms per minute, right? Because you've multiplied by the mass, you've removed these units. Now you have 46 micrograms per minute times 60. Okay, so this gives you 2,760 micrograms per hour, or 2.76 milligrams per hour, right? So 10 milliliters of 5 milligrams out of a mil would be, so this is added to 40 mils, right? So this means that you're going to have 10 mils plus 40 mils equals 50 mils. So one way they basically calculated it by dilution factor. I don't really recommend that. However, I would recommend my working out. So 10 milliliters of 5 milligrams would be 10 milligrams, and 10 mils plus 40 mils is 50 mils. So you do 1 milligram out of 5 mils. Sorry. Which is basically the answer here. And you got 2.76 milligrams per hour, times that by 5 gives you 13.8 milliliters per hour for the infusion rate here. And if we go to the Chemist and Druggist, it will give us the same answer as well. So 13.8 milliliters per hour. And they've solved it through dilution factors as well. So the way they've done it is dilution factor equals 10 mils plus 40 mils out of 10 mils. So if they've done a situation where they've got the original volume, divided it by the total volume, and that gave you 5 dilution factors, so DF, and that's one way they've done it. There's many ways to do it, and basically your answer here would be 13.8 milliliters per hour. So if you've liked the video, make sure to share, subscribe, and we are officially opening a November 2026 revision cohort WhatsApp group chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to comment, I can add you to it. If you're watching this on TikTok, feel free to DM me on TikTok. If you're watching this on Instagram, feel free to DM me on Instagram and I'll add you to the group chat. And make sure to keep studying and take care.